Welcome again to another edition of Biro Sports Talk. I'm your host, Biro. And as always, oh man, let's get this slowed down. There we go. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. How is everybody doing tonight? Got a lot of sports to go over, a lot of COVID related sports to go over, of course, because why not? And as the new trend has been, we've already updated, or I've already shared it where the video needs shared. Now I'm just trying to, make sure I am taking care of everybody else. That should be the last one right there. We should be good to go. So, as anybody should know, we are also on Twitch at twitch.tv/BiroSportsGaming. If you want to help with that, just watch the videos. The idea would be once we get a consistent following on Twitch, we do more videos like we were doing for a while. But enough with that. Let's just go straight into our pick'ems. So, the NFL picks that we do every week. Last week we were 11-5. Now, one of the fives, of course, were the Bears, because every time I pick the Bears, it seems like they're going to lose now. So, some other ones, Tennessee got beat by the Browns pretty badly. Seattle lost. Pittsburgh lost. I don't know why I wrote down 5. Technically, we were 11-4. I keep trying to make it 16, but I only missed 4, man. Alright, so there's a 2. That's a 4. Gotta write it down properly. So, anyways, on the year we're 117-62, which isn't bad. That's pretty good. Good percentage. Gotta drink my surge. So, let's start with tonight. Tonight we got a Thursday night game for once in a while. New England Rams. I'm going the Rams. The Rams are a better team right now. New England would be one to watch, but I just don't think they're ready this year. I think they're going to have a down year, which they already are doing. And I think next year they could bounce back. Sunday, Chicago, Houston. I don't know why I'm doing this because I really want to pick Houston, but I picked Chicago. For some reason, I think Chicago is going to get that, and I really don't know why I picked them besides Homer. Besides, the sign right back here says Bears on it. I'm picking Dallas over Cincinnati. I just think Dallas is a better team at this point, even if they are dwindled. Green Bay over the Lions. That should be obvious. Kansas City over Miami. That could be a close game for all we know. Arizona at the Giants. I don't think Arizona will lose to the Giants, but they could. They really could, because they've been on a losing streak of late as well. I do pick Tampa Bay over Minnesota, just because. Don't think Minnesota's going to put it together against a team like Tampa Bay. I think Tom's going to be well rested and play very well. Carolina over Denver. It's at Carolina. Gives them more reason to win. Would be nice if McCaffrey would have played, so I could have made playoffs in my own fantasy league. But instead, I'm one of the first teams out because I lost last week. So, moving right along. We got Tennessee and Jacksonville. Tennessee I'm going with. Jacksonville's just a hot mess, and I just don't think they're together yet. Colts, Raiders, I'm going Raiders. It's at Las Vegas. I think that helps, and I think they make up for a close one last week. Seattle versus Jets. I think Seattle wins just because they're at home and they're playing the Jets. The Jets are just that bad. New Orleans at Philadelphia. I think the Saints keep on marching. Yeah, I said it. Moving right along. Some more. The Falcons over the Chargers. The football team over the 49ers. The Bills over the Steelers. It's a very common pick. I notice a lot of people are picking it, but the Bills are hot. And Pittsburgh just lost a tough one, and they're going to lose this one, I think, too. Baltimore at Cleveland. I'm going Baltimore, even though Cleveland's been playing good. Baltimore's just that much better. Let's be honest, they are. Sticking with the NFL, because that's what we do. Let's go into these standings, man. These standings. Yeah. Sure. Okay. It doesn't want to show me the chat. That's fine. Don't show me the chat. If you're on Twitch, I will gladly have you pulled up. I can actually look and see what you say. I mean, we got teams that are eliminated right now, all in the AFC. That's kind of funny. But let's start with the obvious. So, playoffs. Chiefs are automatically in. Saints are automatically in. And for some reason, the Steelers are not. So here's the thing. I think Steelers win this coming week, which they probably won't. Once the Steelers get 12 wins, I think that will eliminate any doubt that they're in. But we're looking at the AFC. Right now you got the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Titans, the Browns, and the Dolphins. The Colts are tied with the Dolphins. Raiders are a game back, and so are the Ravens. Excuse me. And technically, the Patriots are also still in it. This week, I think you'll have the Broncos and Texans be eliminated. But looking at these teams, I would be surprised to see how this plays out. I know the Browns are safe for the moment. Did I say the Colts are not in? Because the Colts are in. I forgot they bumped it up to 7. Ugh, that's so weird. So Vegas is on the outside looking in at 8. If for some reason they have a week 18, they would automatically add an 8th team, they've said, but they're trying so hard not to. So looking at all this, I think the Raiders are going to be poised to sneak in, but it's a matter of who gets knocked out, if it's the Dolphins or if it's the Colts. I think the Browns somehow figure it out and stay in playoffs. And I say that in the nicest way. I mean, there's 4 weeks left. They very well could be on the outside looking in, but I think they figure it out enough to stay playoff bound. Considering I have all 3 teams in playoffs right now at 5, 6, and 7, losing to 8, 9. And then I think I have the Dolphins losing to the Chiefs, which I do. So, it's a rougher week for all of them and prolongs some teams from being eliminated. Broncos, he's gone this week. NFC. Let's talk shop on the NFC. All right. So we're looking at the obvious. You got the Saints who clinched. I think the Packers are close to clinching too. Just saying, they're not too bad. Got the Rams, of course, who have been balling out. They have the head-to-head over Seattle right now. Seattle is the top wild card at 5. And the Giants sitting pretty in the NFC East, with tied with the Washington football team right now. I'm surprised no team is technically eliminated, but the two teams that probably would be eliminated are only 2 games back in their division right now. If the Falcons and Panthers lose, I think they're out. But yeah, this might be a week where we see some separation in the NFC. Bears just need this one, dude. I'm just throwing that out there. The Bears need it. If the Bears want to be in it, they have to win. Yeah. But, oh man, just looking at all of this, the Bears got to win this week, which is against Houston. Houston can probably on par with them right now, if not better. And you got 15, 16, 17. You got the Packers. I believe you have the Vikings in one of those weeks. I'm trying to double check who this other. There's one game I'm not accounting for. Jaguars. So you got Texans. You got to win. Got to beat Minnesota. Got to beat the Jaguars. And the Packers are probably sitting pretty at home, allowing you to win like 17. Right there's your 4 games, and that's how you end up 9-7. Is that good enough for playoffs? Probably, but you have to win. And I don't know if I trust this Bears team. Okay, I'm getting really tired of this. Here we go. There we go. Big thumb trying to delete tabs. And it just kept adding them. Anyways, Bears got a lot of work to do. The Buccaneers are in front of them. And Arizona's in front of them. Arizona's been on a bad losing streak. Minnesota, good winning streak. It's very tough seeing them at 5-7 and hoping they win out. I think they're. If I had to pick, I hate to say it, but I could see the Bears ending up more 6-10 or 7-9 now. I really, at the beginning of the year, thought they were a 9-7 team. I really did. I also said they were 10-6, and they should have been. They really should be a 10-6 team. I don't know what's it. The defense is folding. The offense is sputtering. With Mitch in, they're at least moving the ball a little more than what I saw with Foles. They were running the ball great last game. It's just, oh my goodness, they just can't catch a break. It's been pretty bad. Let's shift some gears, though, right now. A lot of NFL talk. COVID's destroying the world as we speak. Hey, but Pfizer and the other vaccine are getting approved as we speak. I think they're still in the process of being approved, but it's all positive right now that they get the emergency approval. But college football rankings came out on Tuesday. And I gotta say, I don't understand Cincinnati dropping below Iowa State. That's just a disrespectful move. But let's review, and then we'll talk more. So Alabama's 1, Notre Dame 2, Clemson 3, Ohio State 4, Texas A&M 5, Florida 6. Your new number 7, Iowa State. Number 8, Cincinnati. 9, Georgia. 10, Miami. Oklahoma, Indiana, Coastal Carolina, Northwestern, USC, Iowa, North Carolina, BYU, the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana, Texas, Colorado, Oklahoma State, NC State, Tulsa, Missouri. There we go. All right. Let's, like I said, disrespect for Cincinnati. I know they haven't played, and I think that's why they got penalized here, is because they haven't played. But man, it's just not right that they dropped them. I just don't think Iowa State's as good as they're making them seem. It's only because they beat like Texas and big teams. But the biggest thing, the biggest drop was Oklahoma State, but let's talk about this. Very interesting. Oh no, don't do that. No, don't sign in. Don't do any of this. I just want to get rid of it off my screen. Here we go. Back to the rankings. Oh my goodness. Technology for a tech guy. Am I right? It's always messing up for me. So, Coastal Carolina's 13. They could pretty much swap places with BYU. You got to give BYU credit. They did what they had to do. Everyone would have loved to see them play Cincinnati, but they went and played Coastal Carolina, and it just happened to backfire. Coastal Carolina took the opportunity, ran with it. But I think Coastal will just climb higher because they do play the Raging Cajuns. And that'll be another ranked team they'll beat because the Raging Cajuns were ranked when they beat them earlier in the season. Then they beat BYU, and they could beat the Raging Cajuns again, who are ranked. So you could be looking at a 11-0 Coastal Carolina. I think they end 10th, if you want my guess. I think they're top 10. I don't think there's enough respect for the Sun Belt. But this year's crazy already. They should have expanded at least the playoffs. It would make more sense to expand this year. But then we would keep it and love it. And I think 8's the number, man. I think 8 is the better number for this. You got your Power 5, your Big 10, your ACC, SEC, Big 12, Pac 12. You got your 3 at large then. When I say 3 at large, normally you'll hit at least one group of 5. You'll hit maybe a Notre Dame in a good year. And that would be perfect. Because the group of 5 best team doesn't necessarily always happen. But it's been more common of late. And that's why, like a year like this year, you would see a Cincinnati and maybe both Coastal Carolina. And that would be spectacular. But that's why I think we need 8. But sticking on this college football train. Woot woot. Boston College is the first school to say no thanks to a bowl bid. The other big news with bowl games, LSU self-imposed bowl ban this year because of Odell Beckham Jr. handing out money last year. So LSU is just like, yeah, we're just not going to play any bowl game this year, and it's probably better they don't because they don't look very good. With opt-outs and whatnot, that's what hurts a lot. Becoming the first bowl-eligible team to announce it will not play in the postseason. Well, they were 6-5, so they're a traditionally bowl eligible team, but it is fascinating to see them say no. I say fascinating, but it's probably safer that they said no. Paul George signed a 5-year deal, I'm pretty sure. Extension. I say pretty sure, as if I don't know what's going on. Paul George signed an extension, I'm pretty sure. It's 5-year deal. I'm just trying to make sure I got the information right. Or we're not. We're just going to talk about. Here it is. It's a 4-year. I was off by a year. Paul George signed a 4-year maximum extension. He wants to retire Clipper, as he says. I think it will be interesting to see what Paul George does. Does he pick up his game? Does he just coast now that he's got this money? I think he has a lot to prove, especially after the Clippers failed last postseason. Him and Kawhi have a lot to prove. I'm trying to think. Ooh, that's interesting. Is that Draymond and new draft pick Wiseman not being able to play in the preseason? Yeah. James Wiseman, Draymond Green not going to be play in the preseason games. Wow. Ooh, sorry. Excuse me. See, I'm looking at this. You know what that means, though? If those two bigs can't play, there's Caleb Wesson. I think he's still signed with Golden State. Let me double check. Caleb Wesson signed with Golden State. That's still what it says. Yeah. Excuse me. Why agent believes Warriors camp invitee Wesson has great value. Well, he's tall. He's 6'9". That's kind of what the NBA is moving towards. He can shoot threes, he can rebound, and get inside. He shot very well from the free throw line. I think his game translates better to the modern NBA than a lot of people give credit for. Is he going to be physical inside? He can be. Like, he can do a lot. It's just, I want to see him play this level. It's like Diebler, man. It's you got to watch these guys play at these higher levels to just see how good they are. You have to see it. Final topic of the day. The night. Duke has canceled all non-conference games. Now, some may say that's because they were embarrassed with the Illinois game. A little bit, I would say they were. And I like Duke. But I'll be honest, there's just not much going for Duke right now. They don't know their identity. They don't know this. They don't know that. They need to figure it out. And I think by not playing these conference games, non-conference games, it's going to hurt them not being able to figure it out. You're going to have more intra-squad. Inter-squad? Intra-squad. They're going to have more inter-squad games than playing other teams to actually figure it out that way. That would be more beneficial than what they're doing. It is sad to say, but topics come and go. We're about 30 minutes in. I know like 7 of those minutes is me sharing. It's what happens nowadays. I don't see the Facebook comments right now. I see there's no comments on Twitch. If you're listening, though, like I said, if we can get the Twitch following a solid 3 viewers, maybe I'll stream more so that I can become an affiliate. That'd be perfect. That'd be great. But we'll have to see. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Thank you, everyone who gives support to the show. I will see you guys next Thursday, 7 p.m.